you guys here to see?
He's here, folks! No, come around here. You come around here.
I'm going to show you so I can't swear. I'm going to apologize already.
All right, welcome. How are you doing, sir?
Shut up. No, I'm good, buddy. How are you? Do you guys know what I've been doing? I think Victoria, you do. You know, some of you guys know. But do you know what I've been doing? Can I tell you real quick? So, I don't do a lot of these, as you know, but the few that I do, I love going to certain parts of the world. I love all my fans. They give me so much, I love giving back. But I signed on to do this because it was in Canada. I'm Canadian, you know that. Yeah! Proud. And so I said months ago I would come, and you always know that there's a chance that sometimes you can't show up because of work, right? So about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, my producers on this movie, Officer Down, called me up. That I shot over 15 months ago. It's epic, it's unbelievable actually. And they called me up and said, okay, so June 3rd. And I went, hang on, I'll call you right back. I called my assistant, I said, Ananda, am I doing something June 3rd? She goes, yeah, you're in Niagara Falls. I said, oops. So they can't, it's called Officer Down. I play Officer Down, so there's no way I could miss it. I didn't want to. So I just want you to know that I got on a flight right from the movie. It was a midnight screening. To be here yesterday for 3 or 4 hours with my fans today, so I did this for you, and thank you. Thank you. Come home, so thanks for hanging with me.
No problem. We're going to get the floor open then as we did the introduction, and go ahead and say your name, where you're from, and question.
Yeah, how you doing? My first question for you is actually about Officer Down. How did you help Sean from Slipknot to get these?
So, first of all, this movie, Officer Down, is not for you. There's another little girl right there. Not for you. It's a heavy rated R comic book. Joe Casey written, Chris Burnham did all the artwork inside. It's on. It is madness. It's a cop. He's a good cop. In fact, he's the most perfect cop ever in LAPD, and he dies in the line of duty. And they put him on ice for 20 years, hoping that he can be brought back to life, and sure enough, they came up with technology to bring him back to life. So, this guy that I played is, for those of you, has anyone read the comics? Has anyone seen it in Image Comics? No? You have?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so, it's crazy. LA has gone to shit. It is more bad people running that city. It makes Gotham City look like Disneyland. And there's seriously one cop, a Superman cop like me, to try and save that city. And it opened Friday night, and it was so epically sold out so fast that they had another screening, another theater at the same time. They did another screening this coming Tuesday, sold out so fast, they're doing it on Friday. So all of you beautiful Canucks who are into comic books and me, get ready, because it's something that you've never seen before. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. One question before I go is, what bathroom would Venus be allowed to use?
What, which?
Which bathroom would Venus be?
Which band?
Bathroom.
Bathroom? She can pick whichever bathroom she wants. And I'll be her bodyguard every single day.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
Hi, Kim. I'm Natalie from Cambridge, Ontario.
Prove it. Kidding. Go ahead.
My question is two-parter, I guess. How was your experience on Sons, and who was kind of like your buddy on the show?
I hated them all. It's shocking that we got along as good as we did. I think, you know, all you SOA addicts, you know, you guys know how amazing we all did get along, the 10 leads and all the guest stars. I mean, we were known as a show that everyone in Hollywood wanted to come on and guest star. And they would come on set and see all of us in our cuts. Even the women had balls. And they would come in and be so scared of all of us. We'd go, hey, how you doing? You good? You want a coffee? You all right? What do you need? They go, thank you. We were just so happy to have all our guest stars. And as you all know, it was one of the biggest hits in television history. And so proud of that whole 7 years. It was a crazy world that Kurt Sutter created. And it was just really beautiful to do, really. I mean, it's over, right? So get a life. It's over. It's done. But none of us will ever forget it, none of us. And it was a part of TV history now, for sure.
Yeah, who was your buddy on the show?
Listen, if I say someone and then someone else is going to get there, you know it or not. So I can just honestly say that we all got along. We were in Houston last week, 20 of us. So great to see Charlie again. So great to see Pearl again. So great to see some of the boys. I see Booney a lot. I see Tommy a lot. I don't see Theo as much as I'd like to. He's down in Staten Island, in New York all the time, filming that big Netflix series. We're all so busy. We're also all over the world, but when we get together, we're a bunch of schoolgirls, just like so happy to see each other. It's all good.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
Hi, I'm Carlson. I'm from St. Catharines. I already asked you this, but have you ever been to Port Dover? I've been there this year.
Sorry?
Port Dover, have you been there before, or was this?
I don't know. Have I, guys? Have I been to Port Dover? No. Okay. Oh, no, is that the big rally?
That's the
big
motorcycle rally, the 13th.
No, I'll never
You
do
were
that.
there on.
No, I'll never go to that. And I'll tell you why. Because I love riding so much, but I've been invited to Sturgis. Do you have any idea what it's like to have this thing? It's out of control. I can't even stay in Niagara Falls today. I mean, I couldn't get to my hotel room last night. I'm not complaining, it's just the truth. So no, I'll never do something like that. I support so many charities, so happy. I do so many rides that are a little on the calmer side, but that thing is epic, I hear, but no, I won't be doing it.
Have you ever done the Penn Center one too, or?
That's right in Hamilton, right?
St. Catharines.
St. Catharines. We did that last year. It was 120 degrees. It was so hot.
You plan on doing one again, or no?
You never know.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
Hey, I'm Eric from Buffalo.
Prove it. Kiss me.
Yeah, Buffalo!
I love Buffalo. Why are we not all cheering? I love Buffalo.
All right, I have two questions. One, what did you think of the fan reaction to the ending of the show?
It was all over the map. You know, I think a lot of people were sad. I think a lot of people were somewhat angry. I don't think anyone was super happy. But for me personally, it had to go down that way. It's Hamlet. It was always going to be Hamlet. Hamlet dies. Charlie had to go. And you guys saw how that last season was. I mean, it was, for me, way too violent. For Kim Coates, for Tig can accept anything, but it was way too violent for me. And I think that's the way Sutter wanted it to go. He wanted it to just be madness, and for Charlie to be, you know, as Jack's responsible for his lies and his secrets, and Gemma's lies and secrets, and all of us trying to keep it together. It was kind of sad, but it had to go down that way.
Okay, and everyone knows you were a true rebel on the show, so how about breaking the rules and taking a picture with a fan that's got $5 left?
Get out of here, Buffalo. Nice try.
Thank you very much. Next.
Hi, I'm Amanda from Buffalo. I know that they're talking about doing the Mine spinoff.
Yeah.
With a lot of you guys still being, are you guys going to be in it, or?
Well, first of all, a lot of us, what are you talking about? There's only 2 leads alive in that entire show. Everyone's dead. So I know you're talking about Emilio and maybe Jimmy Smits, right? Listen, that whole Mayans club was a pretty epic thing for Emilio, right? How amazing is that actor, right? Let's give it up for Emilio. He's the real deal. So we don't know. All we do know is Sutter's doing it. They ordered the pilot. They're writing it as we speak. I just saw Emilio last weekend. You know, he doesn't know what's going on. So when it's time for you guys to hear something, and you'll all hear together, because none of us know, but I wish FX the greatest success. I love John Landgraf so much, and they deserve, you know, all the success in the world.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, gorgeous.
Sophia.
I know who you are. Oh, this is Sophia, for those of you who don't know. Go ahead.
I loved your art of Venus, and the work that you did with Wolfie Goggins is just phenomenal. I mean, that epic scene, which I think is like the scene of the century, it just still blows me away. I mean, I had a clenched fist, and I was crying, I was hyperventilating, and so my question is, like, how did you and Walton make that happen?
Great question, Sophia. I'll answer this shortly, or in a short way, but obviously that was a very, very uncomfortable moment for me and Walton, but the actors that we are, it was something I will never forget. So, Sutter, yeah, 10th episode, last season, here we go, the whole, Tig Venus story. We shot all 3 of those scenes in one day. I don't say this often, so keep it to yourselves. You're all filming me anyway. God, technology, fuck me. Anyway, we filmed that in 16 hours, and we did that last scene last, obviously. And this is a true story, so we go to block the scene. It's already been an emotional day for Venus and for Tig, right? So we go to block the scene, and we sit down I'm on the bed, she's on the chair, and we started doing the scene, and we both started to frickin' cry. So we stopped, and we went, you know what, why don't you, Paul Maybaum, the DP, amazing, put a camera on him, me, put a camera on her, Walton, right now, let's just, we're ready to, just put a camera on both of us. And when we were done, every single crew member was bawling, standing up, applauding, standing ovation. Goggins and I smoked a pack of cigarettes. Don't smoke, kids. It's really bad for you. Do not smoke. Pack of cigarettes, bottle of scotch, talking about acting, his kids, my kids' life. Because if I wanted to be comfortable as an actor, I'd be doing CSI Saskatoon. Okay? and so to play that arc, Tig Traeger was the only biker who could have pulled that off. He was the champion, the underdog. He loved his dogs. He loved transgender. He loved straight. It didn't matter to him. And I loved Sutter for completing my circle. It was awesome.
And you became VP. Like
I did. A little VP.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sophia.
Thank you. Next, please.
Hi.
Hi, Brianna from Sanborn, New York. Was there a particular scene that sticks out as being like the hardest to film, whether it was like emotional or just something happened that day? Was there any kind of scene that was just...
Yeah, I get asked that like all the time, right? And it's a hard one for me to answer because I don't have favorites. I don't have a favorite. I don't. That's not how I roll. But I would have to say the toughest was losing my daughter in the pit like that. I'm a father, happily, of two daughters, right? 26 and 22. So when Sutter, he and I were in New York together 5 weeks before we started filming, he comes up to me and he goes, yeah, so basically your daughter's gonna die in front of you, burned to death, and you'll be chained like an animal. And I just, what? So the internal work that I had to do with, I've got a therapist buddy, was pretty emotional. And then I had props department save me because they built these bracelets, leather bracelets for my wrists so I could wear real handcuffs. So I wouldn't rip my hands right off because what if you saw the scene? Didn't come home for two nights and filmed at nights. I just stayed in this dumpy little hotel, lost my voice. And Rachel Miner was amazing. Paris Barkley directed that episode. As an actor, how do you do something like that, right? So I was thankful that Sutter, he couldn't write for all of us all the time, too many leads, too many really good actors, but when he did give Tig his due, I got, some like best stuff. So as an actor, I'll always be thankful for that.
And was there any particular guest star that was one of your favorite to work with, essentially, or just someone that you really kind of like?
No, they were all great. They're all great, honestly, it's really fun to work with everybody. It was always fresh, having these new people on the set.
Thank you very much. I know also, Kim, that you got by request to come back on the final season of Entourage as the sleazy producer again, and what was that thought of being able by request to come back?
Well, I did the first one in season 3 or 4, I can't remember, and I did it just because I was a fan of the show, and it was fun to do, and I was a clean-shaven producer, douchebag again, Jesus. When I heard rumors that they wanted to bring back their favorites for the final season, guest stars, they said, would I want to come back? And I told my agents, I said, I'd only come back if they really gave you something to do. Really gave you something to do. And for those of you who saw it, it was beyond something to do. It was off the hook, that guy, and the drugs and everything. And all the leads in that show were so awesome to me. And it was really painful, actually, but really fun.
Awesome. I know that along with doing the TV shows, you've done like 50 plays across North America. You actually took drama by chance in University of Saskatchewan.
Did.
And thank you for doing that, because I mean, look how the great stuff that you've been able to produce when you have been able to do. Along with that, what has been your favorite play that you were involved with? And do you prefer doing the plays over the TV shows or vice versa?
Were you not listening to my favorites? Did you not hear what I just said? Listen, here's the deal. My children have never seen their father on stage, right? So it's time. And now that Sons is over, my last play that I ever did was in 1990, Streetcar Named Desire. I went right from Broadway, doing Streetcar, to Vancouver, to the Vancouver Playhouse. Larry Lillo is gone now, one of the great directors in Canadian history. And I haven't been on the board since. Yes, I have done about 50 professional plays. I was young as Macbeth ever at Stratford at 27. Went right to Broadway, Dracula in Atlanta, Les Liaisons d'Anjou, Louisville, Kentucky. Neptune, I did 11 plays there. Anyway, it's time. So I can't say, because I just can't say. But I've been offered something that is so beyond epic, it scares the bejesus out of me. I had to take a big meeting with the producers and the directors because they want me so bad, and I actually said I would. Now, they don't give the rights out to this play. They just don't. But when they heard that I was interested, they said, yeah, you get coach, you're in. So get ready. It's, if it all works out, it'll be 2017. So it's really frightening to me because I've been doing so much, 60 movies and all this television. To get back to stage is like, wow.
As a Canadian, breaking out into the American culture of entertainment, I mean, sometimes, we have some great Canadians that have done that, but a lot of times it's hard for Canadians to even try to even do that. Any tips or advice that you can give to maybe inspiring actors or actresses out there?
Yeah, great question. I say this all the time. Do not go running to Toronto or Vancouver or New York or LA thinking you're going to become a star. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You have to stay where you are. You have to stay where you are. You need to get into theater. You need to get into improv. You need to take your little iPhones down. They're all on me right now. And write a little movie and direct it and think about it and watch yourself on screen. Take classes with peers your age and figure out what it's like to create a character. What does it really mean to act? Because I'm telling you that if acting was easy, we'd all be doing it. You need to not act. You have to be so real and so committed and so not afraid to fail that you don't even know it's Kim Coates anymore. You want to be lost in what that woman or man is doing on stage and television, film. And that's why there are great actors and somewhat okay, then really pretty people. They got a great career. But honestly, no rush, but follow your bliss. And you have to do theater. I remember in 1981 when I graduated and I signed with this really big agent in Toronto. And he wanted to get me into film, right? I was a tough guy, blue eyes. And I said, no film, man, no, I need more stage. And that's why I refused to do anything in the land of movies until the late 80s, until I had completed all my Stratford stuff and my on-Broadway stuff and Lie of the Mind in Toronto in 1988. That is what made me the actor that I am today. And people in America love Canadian actors that are worth their salt. They love it when we go down there. America's so crazy right now, right? So we're not going to talk politics, but they do love making stars. They do love giving people, wherever you're from, an opportunity. And so I'll always be grateful for I was naive, I was not afraid of anything, and I just did it from Toronto to New York to LA. Now I have places, here and there and everywhere, but I've worked really hard, and it's not easy, and yet, don't kid me, because you guys know this about me. It's not brain surgery, so I'm not giving myself a pat on the back, but I am saying this, that now that I'm a bit of a celebrity, I love giving back, and I love my charities, and it means the world to me when people love me and love my work, and we can raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for kids who have nothing, or cancer victims, or blah, 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 and I'm really, really proud of that.
Thank you very much. Yes, applause. We have 2 more questions and 2 more questions only, so please, before you ask, I want you to know Kim's going to be at his location, that he's going to be doing autographs and pictures, and you can talk to Kim more there, and he's going to be doing photo ops for today as well. So please, ask your question.
Hi, Andrew from Windsor, Ontario. Can you tell us about your time on the set of Resident Evil
Sure. Mila's just one of the greatest actors is the way I want to call them, that I've ever run into. She's funny, she's brilliant. Doing the Resident Evil was a crazy, filmed in Toronto. They let me play, they let me ad-lib. Mila and I cracked up each other every day on set. It was really successful hit, that one. I think they're doing one more, right? The final one's coming up now. So enjoy, it was a good time.
Thank you very much. And our last question for today, please.
I'm Chris from here in Niagara Falls. I'm going to take it back a little bit. What was it? Was it worth kidnapping Bruce Willis's family over a Kevin Pollard DVD?
Willis, yeah, Bruce. He loves my wife, actually. He, whenever I see him at a party, he just grabs my ass and goes right to Diana. It's kind of funny. I say this to people, they go, I know your buddies with Kevin Costner and Bruce Willis, and I go, when they're your pal, like when you're actually friends with these guys, because, my life is out of control, I can't even imagine to be on that Brad Pitt, Bruce Willis, that's kind of, they can't really go out anywhere. And I'm not complaining, I'm saying that's just the world we live in now, right? Willis was, it was so great to work with him again. And Florent Suri, who directed that from France. Do you realize how amazing filmmakers there are out there? And you know how hard it is to make movies now these days? It's just all big, and Marvel. It's just a whole different world now that we live in, right? So I'm really championing any drama, twisted, wonderful story that can still be done. And that Hostage was, I wore a mask for heaven's sakes. I didn't even get to take it off. I said to Florent, well, I get to take it off. No. No, Kim, it's about your eyes and your voice. No. All right, I'm in. And Willis and I, we had so much fun together. He's a good guy.
Thank you very much. Kim Coates, everybody.
So, you guys, as you all know, I got a hard out at 3 o'clock. I'm out of here. I'm going home to Saskatoon for a huge speech that I'm giving to too many people. I'm scared already. And then we're raising a bunch of money for creative kids on Saturday night. So I'll be back there from 2 to 3, one more hour, then I'm gone. My jet's leaving. Let's do a selfie.
We're going to do a selfie with the group, so everyone put your hands up in the air and everything else.
Jamie, get out of the way.
All right.
Hang yourself, please.